Somehow, you're still here. Pause for a second and really let that sink in. Out of everything you've faced, out of everything that tried to pull you under, out of all the moments where quitting felt easier than continuing, you're still here. And that, right there, is the part nobody really talks about. Not the dramatic breakthroughs, not the highlight reels, not those I made it moments everyone loves to post and celebrate, not the applause, not the validation, not the visible success, just this, the quiet, unnoticed truth that you're still here, still breathing, still standing, still moving forward, however slowly that might feel, still choosing to take one more step, even when you have no idea if that step is leading anywhere at all, even when it feels like you're walking in circles, even when it feels like nothing is changing. And listen carefully. That's not nothing. That is everything. Maybe you found this video, or maybe this video found you. Maybe you clicked on it randomly, or maybe something inside you paused and said, "Watch this." Because today, out of all days, you didn't need noise. You didn't need another loud, empty message. You needed something real, not motivation, not another stay positive speech, not someone telling you to hustle harder, or think bigger, or manifest faster. No, you needed someone to see you, without even knowing you, to understand the weight you've been carrying, to understand how heavy it's been, in ways you can't always explain, how draining it feels, to keep going without clarity, how exhausting it is, to keep making the right choices, over and over and over again, with no proof, no results, no visible sign that any of it is actually working. And that kind of exhaustion, it's different. It's not just physical, it's mental, it's emotional. It's the kind that sits quietly inside you and makes even small things feel heavy. So let me tell you something, clearly, honestly, and without sugarcoating it. Every single one of those choices matters. Every single one. Even the ones that felt invisible, even the ones that felt pointless, even the ones that felt like they led nowhere, like they disappeared into nothing. They didn't. They are shaping something inside you, something deeper than results, something stronger than outcomes, something you cannot fully see yet, but one day, you will. The next right step. It doesn't promise you arrival. It doesn't guarantee success. It doesn't come with a map, a timeline, or a reassuring sign that says, "Relax, you're almost there." No, most of the time, it feels uncertain, uncomfortable, even frustrating. But it gives you something more important than certainty ever could. Motion. And motion. Even when it's slow, even when it's painful, even when it feels meaningless. That's how transformation actually happens. Not through giant leaps, not through sudden magical clarity, not through one perfect decision that fixes everything overnight, but through the accumulation of small, quiet, faithful steps. Steps that feel ordinary, steps that feel repetitive, steps that don't feel important in the moment, until one day, without warning, you turn around and it hits you how far you've actually come, how much you've actually grown, how different you've actually become. And here's the truth most people miss. You've already been taking those steps. You've been doing it. On the days it felt impossible, on the days you didn't want to, on the days where everything inside you felt tired, heavy, done. On the days when every part of you was screaming, "Just stop, just give up, just stay here, don't try again." But you didn't. You paused, maybe. You struggled, definitely. But you didn't quit. You kept going. And that decision, the quiet one, the invisible one, the one you've been making every single day, without applause, without validation, without anyone even noticing, that is what winning actually looks like. Because winning isn't loud. It isn't always visible. It isn't always celebrated. Winning isn't crossing some perfect finish line where everything suddenly becomes easy and peaceful. Winning is this: choosing not to let the weight break you, choosing to take one more step, even when you can't see what comes next, choosing to show up for your life, even when your life hasn't shown up for you yet. And whether you realize it or not, you've been winning this whole time, quietly, consistently, powerfully. You just didn't recognize it because you thought winning was supposed to feel different, look different, come with proof, come with results, come with people clapping, noticing, validating. But the real victories, they don't look like what you were taught to expect. They don't come with applause. They don't come with announcements. They don't come with people standing around you saying, "You did it." They're quieter than that. They're almost invisible. They happen in silence, in private, in the moments nobody sees and nobody ever will. It's in getting out of bed. On the days when staying there feels safer, when the world outside feels too heavy, too demanding, too much, it's in choosing to sit up, to stand up, to try, even when your mind is telling you, not today. You don't have it in you today. It's in trying again. When trying before has only led to disappointment, when effort has only led to frustration, when hope has only led to letdowns, and still, you try again. Not because it's easy, but because something inside you refuses to stop. It's in the quiet, stubborn refusal to abandon yourself, to walk away from your own life, to give up on your own story, even when it feels like everyone else already has, even when support feels distant, even when understanding feels absent. You stayed. You chose yourself, even if it didn't feel strong, even if it didn't feel powerful. It was. That's what you've been doing. Not perfectly, not loudly, but consistently. And that matters more than anything else. That's your strength. Not the kind that shouts, but the kind that endures. The kind that bends, but doesn't break. The kind that survives storms, quietly. That's your story. Not a story of ease, but a story of persistence. Not a story of perfection, but a story of showing up again and again and again. And that's what brought you here. Through every setback, through every doubt, through every moment where you questioned everything, you still move forward, even if it didn't feel like it at the time. And that same strength, the one you've been using without even realizing it, that's what's going to carry you forward into whatever comes next, into the life you're slowly building, step by step. Now listen closely, because this part matters more than you think, more than you've been told, more than you've allowed yourself to believe. The next right step, it doesn't require you to have everything figured out. It doesn't need confidence. It doesn't demand certainty. It doesn't ask you to be fearless, or ready, or sure. It doesn't ask for a perfect plan. It just asks for this. Do the one thing in front of you, the small thing, the simple thing, the honest thing, the thing that feels real, even if it feels uncomfortable, the thing that aligns, even slightly, with the person you're trying to become. Not the perfect version, not the finished version, just the next version. Even if becoming that person feels impossibly far away right now, even if you can't see how you'll get there, even if the gap feels overwhelming. And then, once you've done that one thing, do it again and again and again. Not perfectly, not flawlessly, but consistently. Because one day, without warning, without some big announcement, you're going to look up and something will feel different. You'll realize all those small steps, the ones you doubted, the ones you questioned, the ones you thought didn't matter, they were working. They carried you somewhere you never could have forced your way into. Not through pressure, not through overthinking, not through control, but through patience, through persistence, through quiet, steady movement. You're closer than you think, not just because time has passed, but because you've been changed, shaped, refined, strengthened by everything you've walked through. The pain didn't just hurt you, it built you. The struggle didn't just slow you down, it prepared you. The version of you right now, the one who's tired, but still here, the one who's been disappointed, but still holding on, the one who's been knocked down, but somehow still standing. This version of you is not broken, is not behind, is not failing. This version of you is in the middle of becoming exactly who you need to be for what comes next. So just keep going, not because I'm telling you to, but because something inside you already knows it's the only way forward. Because beneath the exhaustion, Beneath the doubt, beneath the fear, there's a part of you, quiet, steady, unshaken, unbreakable, a part that refuses to quit, even when everything else feels like it's falling apart, a part that still believes, even when believing feels naive, or pointless, or foolish, a part that knows, deep down, you were made for more than just surviving, more than just getting through the day, more than just existing. Trust that part, even when it's quiet, even when it's hard to hear. Listen to it, return to it, let it guide you, especially when everything else feels uncertain. And remember this, you will win, but maybe not in the way you imagined, not in the way you planned, not on the timeline you expected, but in the way that actually matters, by becoming someone who didn't give up, someone who didn't let darkness steal their light, someone who didn't let waiting destroy their faith, someone who kept choosing growth, truth, and love, even when those choices came with no immediate reward. That's the real victory, not what the world sees, but who you become. And it's already yours. Even if you can't feel it yet, you're living it, right now, in this moment, in this breath, in this decision, to keep going. And maybe, just maybe, this message reached you for a reason, not by accident, not randomly, but because you needed a reminder, a quiet one, a real one, that you're not alone, you never were, that what you're carrying isn't too heavy for you, even if it feels like it sometimes. And the next right step, it's always enough. It always has been, even when it doesn't feel like it, even when it feels small, even when it feels insignificant. It counts. Now I want you to do something, not for me, but for yourself, for the person you're becoming, for the version of you who will look back at this exact moment one day and finally understand why you didn't quit. Write this down, type it, say it out loud, and don't rush through it. Feel it. I'm still here, and I'm not giving up. Again, slower this time. I'm still here, and I'm not giving up. Mean it. Let it land. Let it become something real inside you. Hold on to it. Carry it with you. Return to it. On the days everything feels uncertain again. On the days you feel like stopping. On the days you forget your own strength. Because you are going to win. Not someday. Not eventually. Now. In this moment. Every time you refuse to quit. Every time you take the next step. Every time you choose yourself. Even in the smallest way. You're already winning. You just needed someone to remind you. And now that you remember, don't stop here. Don't go back. Keep going.